Okay, it's finale time on the Supra. The decals are down now, all been microset, microsol and sealed. Last tiny bit of construction's been done, and I'm really well chuffed on how this has turned out. 15 years later, from 2007, I've actually done the Supra justice. So here's the final reveal. Right, so there's the Supra in all its glory. Now, when I'd left you, I'd just finished all the outer construction, and it was time for decals. So I started on the right side. You can see all the decals that had to be put on, and I've been putting L and R for left and right because some of the decals are actually the same number. But there are a ton of decals on this. So I started on the right side first. I started on the swirls, the Castrol red and green swirls, to get a scale of where things were, especially with the Tom's decal. So once I put them on, I could figure out how close to put all the other decals. So you've got the swirl there, swirl there. That swirl there is two decals in one. You've got one there, and then you've got one that goes in the vent. The raised decal has to go on top of the red swirl. There's like a little square cutout, a blank square cutout, and then just work my way around. That was quite difficult to get in right in there. Also, when I was microsetting these, putting the microset on, some of them actually tore on me in the raised sections in the corners. It was actually with a microsol actually. So what I've done is I've just got my red paint and just topped those up, and to be honest, the red paint has blended in really well. I'm really well chuffed on how that's blended in. I've had to do a bit of green as well. So I used the Vallejo Carmine Red 70908 and the Revel Aquacolor 36364, which is the leaf green. So if you want to get those colours, they match up really well actually, not too bad. So going round, you know, just starting the one side, and then I started to put the roof ones on as well on each side. So I'll put the right roof on, and then the right bonnet decal on, and then done these few little dinky ones here, and the spoiler. Then I went round to the left side, same again. You can probably just make out that there where I've painted the red on. The right side wasn't too bad, it was more the left side decals that had the problem. But again, they're blended really well. It's not 100% blended, but it's not too bad. Again, with the green, just slight touch-ups here and there. I had to do a touch-up there as well with the green. But again, rinse and repeat on the same side. Actually, on the right side, there's actually you've got the electrical cut-offs logo. That's not on the left side, and I think that's it for that one. I think they're all the same apart from that one. So again, there's the left side, really nice. Once I've done the left side, I then started on the roof. So I put the Castrol and the Potenza one in. The Castrol on the top part of the spoiler. If I just move that up slightly, you can see the Castrol on the underneath of the underneath of the spoiler. Once the roof ones were done, I then put the white windscreen sponsor decal on first. Let that dry, and then you put the Toyota Tom's one on top of that. Then I started work on the bonnet. You got the Castrol, the CBs, the Bridgestone, and the Tom's, which is in a vent there. One thing you might want to do, I was thinking about it myself, but I thought, you know what, I can't be arsed. You could put a Zent decal there to fill that spot in. I probably should have done that, to be honest. But I haven't got any more white decal paper left, and I'm not going to buy any more white decal paper just for a Zent on. Now, the vent decals are an absolute pain in the arse. The 36 ones, they weren't too bad. They was really well behaved. But what you have to do is you have to leave about say probably about a mil, or you have to have it overlapping slightly, and then once you put the microsol on, it will lap to the underneath. You'll see that when you put it on yourself. If you put it too far down, it won't level out right, so you need to have it overlapping slightly, or on every vent decal to make that 36. But I'm really well chuffed on how that's turned out. Now the swirl, that was a right pain in the arse. The green and the red was one decal, but I couldn't get the red to sit properly. So what I had to do is I had to cut the decal in half to just keep the red one. Sorry, keep the green one. And then with the red one, apart from that one and that one there, the top three vents, I had to paint it on in red. I just couldn't get the decals, especially around this edge here. They just wouldn't sit right. So the green ones were all right, perfectly fine. It's just these top three red ones, so just paint them on. That one will sit really nice and overlap slightly, and then that little pointed one there, that'll go on perfect, and then just paint that on. Took 3 coats of the red, but I think it's blended really well. Going round to the back of the Supra, this swirl here, that was one decal. Now that there with the red and the green swirl, that was one decal, and the red was the same decal up to there, and then that part of the red swirl, that was a separate decal, so you have to try and overlap it slightly to complete the pattern. But apart from that, all these went down really well. Now the Bridgestone, round the towing hook, you're going to have to slit it right on the G and right on the S, and as you're microsoling it, the corner of the G might come off, so if you try and get that off the best you can and re-put it on slightly underneath, and try and blend it around the side and the underneath of the towing hook. The same as that corner of the S there, you'll have to try and do that as well. And then just jab your brush down inside the middle of the towing hook and try and drab that E down as best you can. But apart from that, the back looks really nice as well. The last bit of construction was the rear view mirrors. So the side mirrors, I should say. Now on the plans it tells you, and on the box it tells you to mount them on the side there. Looking at some Japanese GT championship racing videos, some of the Supras had the rear view mirror there, the wing mirrors. They had it there, and I was actually quite tempted to put it there, but I thought, you know what, I'm just going to put it there. Now what you'll notice is on the right side, on the left side, yeah, the left side, the one will be slightly taller than the one on the right side. I don't know why, but so I just got my push drill, and just after the L on the left side, between the L and the E, the electrical isolation logo, just get your push drill and push it through. And then on this side, it's just between the what I think is the refueling rig and just before the C. And again, just do your push drill. But what you'll need to do is you'll need to experiment with the size of your drills, your drill bits. And then once you've got it right to that, just drop a bit of super glue in the hole with a cocktail stick, stroke toothpick, and then just push that into place. And then I've just painted silver on the back. Where is it? Yeah, there it is. I've just painted a bit of silver on the back on both of those. So just give it one last twirl. And there you go. All done. Right, so there it is, all finished. Again, I've done it justice 15 years later. So, as usual, I'll put some stills on at the end of this video. I hopefully haven't bored you too much. And I'll see you fairly soon with the next project. Thank you very much for watching.